And then once you actually even get into the menu itself, you're going to see Mike Goldberg kind of hand-holding you through the options that you have at your disposal.
Welcome to UFC Undisputed 3's Career Mode. I'm Mike Goldberg, and I'll be here to help guide you during your career. With Roster Career Mode, you'll have the chance to take your favorite UFC fighter through a career and recreate or rewrite it as you see fit. Let's get started by selecting a weight division and fighter.
So normally at this time we spend 8 hours just hanging out, getting comfortable. But instead, for demo purposes, we're going to get out and go show you a little bit of the Pride dynamics that you're going to get to experience, and then you guys will get a chance to play. So Wes will jump over into Pride. You'll even notice like these menu background images. We'll hopefully be able to offer these as DLC, depending after fights, so you'll get to change your backgrounds. My personal favorite being the Octagon Girl pack that is very important, for my viewing. That's a bad joke. So we'll jump into, you're going to go simulation style. Yeah, all right. And then notice like the fighter reels that you get to choose from. These middle reels right here, you can see there's these dots below the fighter picture. The middle reel is the Pride reel available in your weight class. If I go to the left, I have the choice of viewing UFC fighters. We also have mirror matches this year, very important for online play. Last year, a lot of people, when they were playing in the heavyweight division, for example, online, everyone would rush to pick Brock. Now you can do mirror matches in the game. But we're going to do a nice fantasy matchup. I'm going to go Pride here of Wanderlei Silva versus John Jones. And the models in Pride, we actually modeled them as they were in their Pride heydays. So you'll notice current era of Pride era of Wanderlei doesn't have the tattoos that current era of Wanderlei Silva would. So again, it's a really cool way to kind of see how these current UFC stars look back in Pride, as well as guys that aren't actually in UFC anymore. So we'll start this matchup. Who here does not know what Pride is? And I'm not talking about the parade. All right, so for those of you who don't know, Pride Fighting Championships, now a defunct Japanese organization, bought out by the UFC to bring their fighters into Pride, different rule set. You can kick people in the face when they're down on the ground, stomp on their heads. It was Japanese, there was techno music, it was awesome. So you get an opportunity to see some of the gameplay dynamics in Pride. For those of you who do know what Pride is, every detail we really push to get it. We have Boss Rutten and Quadros doing the announcing, Lenne Hardt, the streaming lady, doing the intros. So we'll let that play.
Middleweight Championship title match.
So it's a really cool way of having, an opportunity to set up these fantasy matchups, historical matchups, and it's a different rule. It's essentially a game within a game. When you think of all the commentary, all the animations, all the gameplay dynamics, it's a really good opportunity to see that even though it's the UFC mode, it's essentially, even though it's the UFC game, it's essentially two games within one with the Pride mode in there. Where are the joysticks? I don't know. Alright, so we'll just jump in here. Pride stare down for the championship fight. Different rule set. First round is 10 minutes. The subsequent 2 rounds, 5 minutes. No elbows to the head, but pretty much everything else goes. Ooh. I'm ready. So, one of the most important things that you need to watch out for in Pride is different
They just shook it off like nothing happened. There's the shot.
So again, in positions you have to be much more careful. If Wes gets to side control, here you can see he's posturing up. That's holding away on the right stick. That's very important when you're playing. Make sure you posture up. Then you'll be able to attack heads in different sections. Here Wes can go for my head.
It's unbelievable that he's still in the game.
Get out of it.
And once again, what's he working for?
Boom. Kicks me in the head. Kicks me in the face. Oh, please. Am I out? All right, well. damn demo so you get to fight back. So again, Pride, I mean, obviously you guys are going to get the chance to play, but again, your decision trees, what you're going to do in certain situations. For example, north-south, as you saw, where your feet are both away from each other, much more dangerous position in Pride rules. So again, I mean, it's a really cool way to kind of differentiate the gameplay. New look, they're fighting in a ring, not an octagon, different shaders in Pride mode. We use very hot white lights and then reflect the lights up with the mat. So it's very cool. And that aspect of being able to play any UFC fighter in Pride rules, you can see the visual fidelity of our models. I mean, it's always something that we're known for. But yes. So that concludes this portion of the presentation. Any specific questions? Anything that wasn't clear from my lengthy explanations? No, it's just that good, or you're just that tired? I know it's like, what is it, 9 in the morning? But I blame PR for this. I had no part in this timing. So anyway, that's this portion of the presentation. Later on in the afternoon, after you guys get a chance to play, we'll kind of show you some of the more high-level dynamics of playing at a high level. And yeah, and obviously Wes and I will be around for any specific questions related to gameplay or career and whatnot. And yeah, have at it.